Hello and welcome to day 9 of Adventures in Tarot Casting. Today's demonstration and show and tell is going to be a little shorter today because I need to preface this with I have been up for most of the night and I have this crazy internal alarm clock that wakes me up around 5 no matter how well I slept. You see, I have a dog that is very afraid of thunderstorms, and we had a lot of thunderstorms last night, and the poor thing is he just paces and gets real scared, so he just needs me to be up with him. And so that's why I chose this board. I chose something a little simpler, something that I can kind of go in with a very easy, an easy mindset, because a lot of our boards and a lot of the things that I create and do for tarot casting is really involved, and it's got many layers and many steps, and some days you just need something a little simple, and that's why this board exists. I had a client reach out to me and ask if I could just do a I used to have these card stands that look like easels, and I stopped making those because people in other countries were kind of copying them, and so I just said, well, whenever I feel like I've been copied, it's a sign for me to either rise above and make something else, or, just let it go. And I let that one go. But this is based off of the design of one of those, the floral garden. So it has some of the moths that I've used in other artwork. Sometimes I'll repeat elements because I have them saved in individual files, and I will put them together. And then it has a bunch of roses and some peonies and stylized gardenias and stuff on it. So I call this the Floral Garden Casting Board, and it just has 2 spaces for cards, and you can add things. I'm going to add the Lenormand Tokens as well, or you could just do it as a 2-card draw. So I decided that I'm going to also showcase how Pocket of Peers and Out of Hand Tarot are going to work together, So this could be like, oh, you're just not really feeling up to it, but you want to go to your practice and you want to at least pull 2 cards for maybe an over-under on the day, or a theme, or just pick your favorite 2-card spread here. And it still invites you to come in and show up, right? And this board has a gentler nature because gardens are always fun. Gardens bring us, they're not always fun. That's mighty presumptuous of me to assume, but gardens are generally fun. They're pretty, they offer up peace and serenity, right? So this board is a good place to just kind of show up and get some basic energy for the day. So I want to do, like I said, I'm going to do a 2-card pull and just show you the placements, and then also I'm going to, like I said, use the Lenormand tiles. But let's get to it, shall we? So Pocket of Peers. Do that one first. And this is also, I believe I also have this board in the Creative Divination session book, so this would be a really good board to color if you were inclined to do so. So let's see. So we have the 2 of Pentacles. And as you can see in that card, we have my dear friend Samantha there trying to juggle the responsibilities of, getting the baby room in shape while the baby is here, so looking at the priorities of what needs to really take her time away from what she's doing. And, just kind of seeing like what requires our attention, right? With Out of Hand, I generally, like when I do these, I like to just pull 1 card and get a couple words from it, and then you pull another card and it continues the conversation. So like I said, we have that 2 of Pentacles energy where we have somebody who's trying to see where their attention really needs to be focused. I remember thinking about priorities when I see the 2 of Pentacles, and I think about when you feel overwhelmed and you feel that there are 100 tasks ahead of you during the day, it's okay to prioritize. It's okay to let things fall to the ground that aren't going to break, so to say. Like if you're juggling a bunch of, say, vessels, crystal balls or whatever, and some of them are more fragile than others, it's okay to let the things that aren't fragile, that'll just bounce off into the corner and wait for you, to not be high on your priority list today. And then with the Six of Pentacles, it's showing that maybe we need to prioritize the space of where we're giving so that we can receive. And perhaps today is a day of doing some charity for others because you've been going just for yourself, and that will help you get your life back into some sort of balance. Like I love that this has the balance scales, but this one has the, you know, the infinity going here, because they're both about like finding that common ground, finding a space where what you do is also for the benefit of others. And I love that today is both about Pentacles. And, you know, I started this reading talking about how I had to prioritize my dog's well-being over my own sleep. And I would love to tell you that I'm going to take a nap. It's just not in my nature, so that's not going to happen. But I'll just be a little slow today, and maybe it's a good day to slow down for that. So, and then I'm going to pull in some Lenormand tiles to give us some above and below on each card too. Because of course I say I'm going to do something simple, and not everything is that simple for me. My brain's like, oh, you can add this, you can add this. So we've got 2 clover and garden, 20. So see how you could just add your Lenormands above and below. On this board, I mean, because the tiles are the same color, it's kind of hard to see, but if you were using it in the book, or if you were using Lenormand tiles, you know, if you did that, like, grab my sample one here. It shows you the layering, but you don't need to have it be different colors to see the layering. And for the Six of Pentacles, and what these do is they give you a little bit more emphasis on where you should be focusing that energy. So we have child, which is 13. And 29, which is the signifier for, in the traditional Lenormand, it is the signifier for lady. However, on these tokens, I purposely did a, you know, silhouette with longer hair with a shorter hair silhouette in here. So that way they are more inclusive gender-wise, and you can interchange 28 and 29 to fit your needs. So the Two of Pentacles with the clover and the garden, it's talking about the opportunities within your community that are spotlighting that balancing act, right? So maybe there's so much going on in your own community, and there's so many different opportunities, and this is where you need to allow things to fall that aren't as fragile, you know. So this is showing you there is a lot going on, and you need to prioritize things in your community. And then with the Six of Pentacles, and then the child and the signifier for lady, is talking about giving your attention to somebody smaller than you today. You know, maybe helping out some children, helping out the youths in your community. It could be your own kids, it could be somebody else's kids, doing something for somebody smaller. Maybe, you know, if it's not a child, maybe it's just somebody who really needs your help and it's not something they can do for themselves. So you need to put yourself out there. So that's about it for this board. I mean, I could babble on for hours, but I'm not going to. I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to keep this one pretty short and sweet today. And I will be refreshed and re-energized tomorrow for day 10. And again, I really am enjoying showing up here for you. If there's a specific board that I have that you are familiar with that you would like to see me showcase in this series, please let me know in the comments. You can even send me an email through my website, which is jamiesawyer336.com, and I will respond. I do love interacting with you because without you and your engagement and your excitement about these creations that we do, I would just be talking to an empty board and an empty box and all that stuff. So I really am truly grateful, and I will see you tomorrow. Have a nice day. Bye.